Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. So yesterday I didn't have the time to record the review, so I'm sorry for it. But I will still today do the review of yesterday, so this morning. And yeah, so yesterday this was the candle, sorry, the big candle. And we were still respecting this fair value gap on the daily, okay? So this was the intermediate term low on the daily because this low closed this fair value gap and then it broke up. We created displacement with this fair value gap, boom, retest. There is no close below. Even though we went below, we still closed above. And so now, if you remember, I took a sell on Tuesday. So I remember it was something there. And I took this took the sell side liquidity. So at first I didn't understand why it went below this point, but now I do, because this was, this was a range in which most people would try to buy from this 1 hour order block, which is pretty clear, and which means that a lot of people are buying from this order block and many liquidity below. And so the real range, to not remember, it was this intermediate term low in daily, which was to be respected. So if you respect, sorry, let's see in daily. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So it respected still this low, so the bias was still bullish. Okay. So now let's look what happened yesterday. Let's remove this. Yesterday, starting time 8 Paris time. So it just went a long way up. Now let's see in 15 minutes, it's more clear. So when I saw this, even at 8, we took this buy side liquidity. So you could be tempted to sell, Why? Because you missed all this move up. But, and I want to say but, remember to always draw the unmitigated order blocks. This is very important because when you draw the unmitigated order blocks, you can see where it is heading to. And I think in 5 minutes you have another one. I think in 5 minutes more clear, but yeah, you have this order block here, which was a major one. Okay. And so this is the minimum buy side liquidity that it should take if it is heading in this direction. Okay. And you remember the daily buy side liquidity and the daily premium area we were targeting. Okay. But whatever, we start the day right there. Okay. Personally, I didn't take anything in the first 2 hours. Okay, so I was just waiting to see what it wanted to do. Obviously, it respected this fair value gap in 15 minutes. okay? And when I saw this fair value gap, which was pretty clear, and we still are in the first area, the 5-minute area for selling. So we didn't start taking the important, I would say, liquidity, because this liquidity was taken before 8, so it does not matter, Most people start trading at 8 or at 9 or whatever. So if it wants to induce people, they will induce you in this time, between 8 and let's say 11. So it was very chubby, but it's what you can expect from FOMC day, So you can still make profits in those days if you are careful. And for me, every day it's not, not the same day, Of course, FOMC day is more choppy, so um, the volatility is not the same, whatever. But you have to treat every day, as a new day and as a day where you can get one opportunity. And I'm only talking about EU and I'm only talking about London session. I'm not even talking about any other pair, any other session. I know every day there is at least one opportunity on EU during the London session. It may happen one day where you clearly have nothing to do. Like really, it's just, for example, just ranging inside there and you don't want to sell or to buy in this range. But it happens maybe once every 2 weeks or maximum, very maximum once per week. But it usually not happen every week, It may be waiting for news or, whatever. Now we are focusing on 90% of the days in which you can catch opportunities. So once I saw this fair value gap in 15 minutes, so you can draw this as an intermediate term low. What does that mean? It means that your stop loss, if your directional bias is right, should be safe right there. But it's too wide stop loss. It's 13 pips stop loss unless you took the trade from the bottom of the fair value gap. A 10 pips stop loss is okay. Even 12 pips could be okay, but since we were very close to this liquidity area, for me, and it was like TP1, for me, it would be too big for a TP1, 0.4 RR. Even though the target, the normal target would be this, which is 30 pips. But this has been attained, only at the end of the day. And I don't want to, I can hold, but since there are many restricted news on FTMO, I knew I wouldn't hold it up to, I think it was 2 p.m., the first news. So I would hold it maximum, until there. And it was not worse, almost a 1-to-1, let's say 1-to-1. It could be worse, but well, I'm trying to find a better entry. Now, I did mistakes yesterday. What I did, look, if you are patient enough, you just put a FIBO and wait for a clear order block, a clear fair value gap below the 50. level. But I was losing some patience yesterday. And what did I do? I saw this little fair value gap inside the 15 fair value gap. So let's draw it. And I saw that it was respecting, for a very long time, no close below. So I started to buy around there. Okay. I bought around there, stop loss, small stop loss, so stop loss below 2.5. And I was targeting at least there, at the very least. But to be honest, I would have tried at least to catch, 15 pips, something like this. So up until there. Whatever. I took a loss after some time. Then I drew this one, because I was waiting for this one at first. Then FOMO, fear of missing out. And I took the wrong trade. First lesson. And this loss, even though it was a very small loss, I didn't lose much. This loss has caused much more damage than only the small loss. You will know why. So then I saw a reaction from these fair value gaps that I waited. Boom. Okay. And I bought again from this breaker. Okay. So I bought from there. Stop loss below. If it is an intermediate term low, sorry, we can remove this one. Then it should not come below this point. So my stop loss should be protected right there. Okay, so I took the trade. I started seeing this. I was even almost wanted to sell, and change my plan. Why? Because I lost and I'm not sure of my capability, of doing the right trade. Maybe it's just a revenge trade, you start questioning yourself, doubting. And this is when it becomes difficult to make the right decisions. So, well, I hold into it up to there, then up to there, sorry. And then I put break even. And of course, I took break even. But if you think in terms, why did I put break even? Because I lost once and I didn't want to lose again. But if you just think about the logic, this is the intermediate term low. Those are short-term lows. This could be also the new intermediate term low. Okay? Why? Short-term lows, intermediate term, which produce fair value gap, displacement, and we take the high, So this could be a valid intermediate term low. And you could trade again from this fair value gap. Let's remove my order. Okay. Then, it was a very choppy day, but you have to accept the conditions, the market conditions. If you want to trade well, you have to accept this. It will not always be as easy as my trades of Monday and Tuesday, straight, going straight, Sometimes it's choppy. But if you are confident in your skill, in your analysis, at the end of the day, it will go at least up until there. Okay, again, short-term low, boom. You could say this is intermediate term low. You wait for a break of structure. Okay, you can trade from this fair value gap. Up, up. Now, no people would be buying, especially if you take, the one of the short-term lows. People would try to buy maybe from there, stop loss below, boom, and then continue. And most people will not be looking for buys because they may have missed this buy, all this. So now they are looking for short, This is a in psychology, always doing the reverse and so on. So now this is intermediate term low. You can move your stop loss there, etc. Up until, this was, I think, news, but you could close, let's say you don't want to play the news, and I will never try to play the news, a restricted news, sorry. But I think this one was not restricted, this one on FTMO, the one at 2 p.m. The news that were restricted, I think it was, at 4 p.m. and of course, the one at 8, So I think I could still hold this, this trade. And of course, I don't hold, up to the final one. You have to take profit. So let's say I kept my trade. Okay. Let's say I kept my trade. 5.5 pips, I remember. I would be taking, for sure, some profits after this candle. For sure, I would have closed my trade around there in this area. So you see, you could have made profit. I could have made. It was a losing day for me. So it happens. And I did not force and try to take, other buys, etc. I just saw that, okay, I took my loss. I tried another trade. I see that it was the right one. I didn't hold it. Okay, I didn't want to force again. And, after 11, usually I stop trading. So you see, despite having the right analysis, you can take the wrong decisions, especially if you start losing your first trade. That's why your first trade you have to be careful of really picking the right trade, following your strategy. You can be wrong. It's not, you can, be wrong in one trade and still many days, I have had one loss and after I took the right trade. It can happen. But know that it will affect your psychology and then your decision making. And that was the example yesterday. Today I didn't take no trade for now. So we'll just show you what I'm waiting for, but probably I have missed either the right direction or maybe it will be this afternoon. Yeah, pretty slow. Probably because in the afternoon, we have the refinancing rate of the euro. But yeah, I was waiting. So this morning, I saw this in 5 minutes. I saw intermediate term low, short term, whatever short term you want to pick. Okay, shift of market structure. I just put my Fibo high to low to the first swing low after the break. 0.5, I saw liquidity. I saw this rejection block. And so I was expecting some retracement, some inducement for buy. But yeah, it seems like it's just going down from this, you know. But you see, it didn't really go straight down. Probably it's building some liquidity. And probably, maybe this afternoon, I don't know, it would just go up. But, you know, I don't like this. I'm not now, I will not be sure to. I mean, it's okay. If we start taking this liquidity, and especially this one, I will remove this because for me, it will not be good. Now, my plan can be still okay, even though I will not snipe from there. I would just look for, you know, a shift in market structure, 1 minute in this area if it comes into there. But looking at the time, I think I will not trade today. So it's okay. You can have trading days where you don't trade, you know. You don't have to be trading every day. Just take the day as it is given to you. And don't force, because forcing always or very often result in losses or bad decision making. So just come as it is. You know, it's a long process. It's a long journey. So you don't have to be, you know, to show that you are successful today, you know. So being successful, it's a marathon, you know. It's not just a 100-meter, you know. It's not a sprint. So you have to be patient because patience means faith. It means you are strong. You believe in yourself, in your ability to succeed. You know, you don't have to prove right now that you are good, etc. You know. So that's it for this is the review for yesterday and today. Uh, I can't say it's a review for today because the day is not finished, and for me, there was no good opportunity. You know, maybe if you try to sell right from this fair value gap, and you know, you could catch like 20 pips or something like this. Okay, but nothing major for me. For me, this is noise, you know. So maybe see you tomorrow and take care of yourself, of other human beings, and trade safe, guys. Believe in yourself, and you will succeed for sure. See you next time.